touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kusa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't roll my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of every Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking straight, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get into it. Hello, Panther Strike. Claudette Easy is here. All right, Juju B is in the house. All right, Imuna. All right, Pio Bunyan is here. Nessa G, Pearly. Okay, let's get into it, Deronda. All right, Claudette. Okay, everybody hit that like button. Thank you in advance. I see you, Nessa G. Ladybug is here. All right, we the people. Okay, so D Major is in the building. All right, everybody hit the like button. Let's go ahead and get into it. Also, please double check to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving your notifications. I see that ScrewTube has unsubscribed a few people since earlier, because I know y'all didn't unsubscribe. Okay, that's what I do know. All right, so anyway, with that all being said, let's get into it. Before we do, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Here we go.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so with that all being said, don't forget to purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it because there seems to be some missing women, Black women, okay, from Prince George County in Maryland. So let's talk about it because there's 3 women that has been reported to have been missing so far within days of each other. Okay, days and weeks of each other. Now, the one currently that's getting all the attention that everybody's been posting about on TikTok and that they've had in the media is DaCara Thompson, 19 years old, when she was reported missing August the 23rd. Okay, DaCara Thompson was reported missing by her family in Maryland on August 23rd. Right, so they said the last time she was seen was on the 22nd. So let's get into it. Now, there's been a body found amid the search for her. Body found during search for teen who vanished after telling her father she loved him and would be back home soon. Okay, so as officials continue to search for a missing 19-year-old from Maryland, police announced that a body had been found, but stressed that the identity of the deceased has not yet been confirmed. Now, they say that some of the characteristics of the corpse that they found match are very similar to DaCara's, but they have not confirmed whether or not it's her body as of yet. Okay, I know her family is hoping that it isn't. Okay, so anyway, the family of DaCara Thompson from Lanham reported her missing August 23rd. Maryland State Police found an unidentified body in late August, but say autopsy results are pending and a joint investigation remains ongoing. So that all being said, they say police located her vehicle in Hyattsville the following day. Interim Chief George Nader gave this information during a news press conference on Wednesday, September the 3rd. Now, he announced that officials had found a body, but stressed that the identity of the deceased has yet to be confirmed. Said that body was located just off of Route 50 in Anne Arundel County. Okay, this is what Chief Nader said, saying that at this point, there has not been any confirmation. Okay, so let's just go to the news reports. Let's just go to the news report because I compiled several and just put them together.
What new tonight? A Prince George's County family desperate for answers after their 19-year-old daughter's disappearance.
She has been missing for 6 days now. Our Shamari Stone spoke to her parents and has video of when she was last seen. Show?
Sharon and Angie, Prince George's County Police, they are continuing to investigating this case. And right now it's a mystery. The unanswered question is, where is she? DaCara Thompson. She is 19 years old and she could be anywhere, her parents say, in the DMV area or out of the area. And they fear that something bad could have happened and they want your help finding their teenage daughter. Take a look. Her parents say this surveillance video shows 19-year-old DaCara Thompson parking, walking away on the sidewalk, and then locking her 2013 white Ford Edge SUV on the 1800 block of Jasmine Terrace near Riggs Road in Hyattsville, Maryland, around 1:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Her father tells me the last time he saw DaCara was Friday night around 10 o'clock when she said she'll be back and left his house in Lanham, Maryland. Her mother was able to track her iPhone and found the SUV where she parked it on the surveillance video in Hyattsville, around 9 miles from her house. Her parents told us her purse was in the SUV, containing $60 in cash, her driver's license, house keys, and credit cards. Tonight, they fear the worst and need your help.
So I called her. She didn't answer.
We found a car abandoned, and we found her belongings in the car. So I don't know. The only thing she has with her was her phone and the location where we found her car.
Your heart certainly goes out to them. Now, DaCara Thompson, well, her parents want your help finding her. If you have any information, call Prince George's County Police. Keep in mind, she has been missing for 6 days, and they desperately want your help finding her. I'm Shamari Stone. Back to you.
I'm so broken. I'm so broken. Nobody should have to experience what I'm feeling right now as a parent. It's an indescribable feeling. I just want my daughter back safely. I do. PG County Police is working hard behind the scenes. They've made this case a priority, which I appreciate so much. With our efforts and their efforts put together, we are working so hard to try to get her back. I have never had any knowledge of her coming to this side of town at all. We don't have any family, any friends that I knew of that she had in this area. I have no idea what brought her to this area on that particular day. A message to my baby girl. We love you. We love you so much. If you see this, do whatever you have to. Do whatever you have to get out of your situation, and you get somewhere and you let somebody know you need help. You whatever you need to do. Mom and dad is here. Your family, your community, everybody is standing behind you, and we are waiting to have you back in our arms.
Paul. Unfortunately, tonight's update is not the one we all hoped for. Police say they found a body matching the description of DaCara Thompson. They made that discovery Sunday near Route 50 in Annapolis. Our Kelly Vaughn is at police headquarters where they made this announcement just a few hours ago.
Police have found a body they say matches the description of DaCara Thompson, though they have not officially confirmed that it is her just yet. Maryland State Police were the ones to find the body. They say they were called to the area of eastbound Route 50 in Annapolis, where they found a young woman's body lying in a grassy area near the highway. 19-year-old DaCara Thompson disappeared 12 days ago. She was last seen on August 22nd in Prince George's County. Surveillance video shows her parking her car the wrong direction in front of a fire hydrant on Jasmine Terrace, then walking towards Riggs Road.
Good afternoon.
Prince George's County Police Chief George Nader says a body matching her description was recovered Sunday.
On August the 31st, we were notified that Maryland State Police located a body. That body was located just off of Route 50 in Anne Arundel County.
He says since DaCara went missing, police have been working with her family, searching through security footage and looking through cell phone information, and say there's still more work to be done to officially identify the body found off of Route 50.
The characteristics were similar. We have not yet confirmed that this is the missing. I want to make that very clear.
DaCara's family has spent the past 12 days searching for her and posting missing persons flyers. Prince George's County Executive Aisha Braveboy says they've been in touch with DaCara's family and they know about the development.
She's someone's child, someone's baby. And so our heart goes out to her entire family. And we will, again, continue to work diligently to bring some resolution and information to her family as well as to the public.
Maryland State Police are handling the death investigation. Prince George's County Police say their missing person investigation is ongoing. Maryland State Police say they are waiting for the autopsy results to determine the cause of death. Reporting in Prince George's County, Kelly Vaughn, WUSA 9.
All right. So with that all being said, this is all very concerning because, like I said, there are other women that have come up missing, and let's talk about another one. Now, from the same county, okay, missing Maryland woman last seen in Hyattsville left apartment in shambles, according to photos. So authorities in Maryland are investigating the disappearance of two Prince George's County women who vanished days apart in late August. The first one we just spoke about is DaCara Thompson, but the other one is 43-year-old Erica Perry, who was last seen August 25th in the 6200 block of Bellcrest Road. Okay, officials tell Fox 5 that Perry is considered critically missing. Now, she's described as 5'6" tall, weighing about 200 pounds, and drives a white 2017 Toyota Camry with Maryland tags. The tag is 6 D as in dog, K as in kite, 7385. Anyone with information is urged to call 301-985-5060. Okay, and this is a photo of her right here. She does not look 43 years old. She looks a lot younger. This is her right here. Okay, she may be driving a white 2017 Toyota Camry. Okay, and her name is Erica Perry, 43 years old. This is reeking of serial killer. Okay, now do you all remember about 3 years ago when there were all these women coming up missing in Kansas City? Do y'all remember that? And I said that it was likely a serial killer, and the police were saying, no, it's not a serial killer. And yeah, but I had somebody on the show from there, Bishop Caldwell, do you all remember? And Bishop Caldwell said the police told him to stop talking about it and stop going around asking all these questions. Do y'all remember that? Do you all remember that? And to come to find out, it was actually a serial killer by the name of Timothy Haslett. How many of you all remember that? Okay. Yeah, it's exactly what it was. And that's what this sounds like. Okay, in Kansas City, these women being taken from Prospect and then disappearing, and then comes to find out it's a whole serial killer. Right, the police were trying to cover it all up. So that sounds like the same thing that's going on here. Now there is another woman missing as well. That was Erica Perry. This other woman missing. Her name is Santia Desir. Okay, so now Santia Desir, she's still missing. They say we're seeking the public's assistance and finding 37-year-old Santia Desir. She was the last seen in the 5200 block. Now that's not too far from the other one because she was on the 6200 block, right? Of 59th Avenue in Riverdale on September the 2nd of 2025 at approximately 1 p.m. Miss Desir is a black female, about 5 feet tall, weighs about 150 pounds, and she was last seen in a blue shirt and blue jeans. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to please call 911. Now this is her picture right here. All of these women missing from Prince George County in Maryland. Now, surely, okay, surely this is very strange. I mean, I really think that is something going on. Either it's S trafficking, people being snatched up for S trafficking, or it's a serial killer. I'm going to go with the serial killer because usually the S traffickers are looking for younger. Okay, one of them is 43, the other one's 37. Now, they do look younger, but at the end of the day, I think it's more likely a serial killer. Okay, and let's not forget that these serial killers usually look for the same type of victims. So if it's and so this leads me to believe that if it is a serial killer, that serial killer is probably black. If it's a serial killer, the serial killer is probably black. Okay, now because just from my expertise in serial killers, usually they kill people within the same race. Now, of course, there are exceptions to every rule. There are some serial killers who kill people out of their race, but most tend to kill people in their own race. Okay, the women or the victims usually have some sort of similarities together. For example, Ted Bundy was killing white women, slim white women with long dark hair with parts down the middle. Okay, so they have sometime they'll have the victims will have similar characteristics. Okay, this is all sad. Prayers and condolences to the families of the victims. Hopefully they will be found okay, but I don't think so. And the body that they have found, they're saying that it possibly could be DaCara's. They're not sure. They haven't confirmed any of it, but they say that it's similar features to hers. Okay, so this is all very disturbing, and you all need to be paying attention because this stuff happens like every year at some point during the year, usually around this time. Do you all ever notice how it's usually when it's getting close to October when we have these reports coming out about multiple missing people? Okay, Trisha says, Queen, we're also alerted about who? Hold on, let me put my glasses on. About DaCara Thompson, who disappeared last week as well, in the same place. Hold on, let me look that person up real quick. I haven't even heard about them. DaCara. Let me see here. Yeah. Okay, but this is a man. DaCara Thompson is a 32-year-old man who has been missing from Seat Pleasant, Maryland since August the 17th of 2025. He was last seen in the 6600 block of Gregg Street wearing a blue shirt, dark colored pants, and black sneakers. He is described as a black male, 5'9", and weighing 160 pounds. His family is organizing search efforts and urges anyone with information to call the Seat Pleasant Police Department at 240-716-0953. That's interesting. Let me put his picture up. This is a father of two. Hold on. Loved ones have organized searches, canvassing neighborhoods and distributing flyers, asking for anyone who can to help. Father of two vanishes without a trace in Prince George's County. Family pleads for help. This came out today, September the 4th of 2022. What is going on here? Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? Let me share my screen so y'all can see what this man looks like, in case anybody saw him or sees him. This is all so concerning, honey. Please pay attention. That's him right there. That's him right there. This is definitely giving serial killer. Okay? Definitely giving serial killer, guys. And you know, some of these serial killers kill men and women. Okay? Some of them kill men and women, honey. That's just the facts. All right. So anyway, Trisha, thank you for that tidbit of information, beloved. I appreciate you because I hadn't even heard anything about him. And also thank you for your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings, honey. This is all concerning. If you all get any information on any of this stuff, please send it to my email. Let me know. Okay. Especially if you find out anything about people coming up missing, specifically people who look like me, because y'all know I'll be reporting on that stuff pretty heavy. Okay. So with that being said, let's move on to the next topic. Okay. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you in advance. Now, y'all, this right here is a trip. This story is crazy. Now, I actually heard about this a couple of days ago, and I don't know how, but it slipped my mind. So, apparently, there was a teenager. Hold on. There was a black teenager that was attacked by a group of thugs, and it was said that they tried to force him into a meat grinder. Okay, they said they tried to force him into a meat grinder, but then they said that there was a correction that it wasn't actually a meat grinder. It was some other sorts of farm equipment. But I'm sorry, does it really matter? They were literally trying to lynch him. Okay, they're literally trying to lynch him. Now I'm going to share my screen to go over this news report. Now, I'm sorry, but do y'all hear them talk about thugs and animals when they hear these things when somebody's attacking these black teenagers? Because this is like the third one I've reported on in the last month. Okay? Please pay attention. I'm going to share my screen. Now, they're going to show a little bit of the tussling or whatever. I'm going to try to skirt past that because I don't want any problems with the screw tube. You know, they don't like to show fights or whatever. So I'm going to try to go past that.
Happened at a barn in the town of Pulaski.
Hold on. It doesn't sound like it's up all the way. Hold on, let me see if I can turn up any louder. Okay.
Video shows a group of boys attacking a black boy and using racial slurs.
Lucas Kim talked with a community leader and friend of the family of the boy.
Can you all hear that, family? Can you all hear that? They're speaking very low. I have it up as high as it can go. Can you all hear that? I hope y'all can hear what they're saying, honey. Okay, let's continue.
Who was attacked. He's got you covered on her plea to law enforcement. We want to warn you, some of this video may be disturbing to watch. We're also blurring faces because many are believed to be minors.
Okay, that's them. They're supposedly on a farm or somewhere in a barn. They have farm equipment around. I'm going to skip past it a little bit. There you can see they're trying to shove him towards the equipment.
When they got there, the people who were part of the fight had left. They are reviewing the video now to identify the people involved. They are reviewing the video now to identify the people involved. Meanwhile, Parrott is calling for accountability.
He went out to an event with some friends that he had some trust, right? And so if he trusted these people that brought him out there, like, what happened?
In Platteville, I'm Lucas Kim.
Okay, so there's not a whole lot of information on that story. Basically, he's a teenager. They lured him out there, got him to go out there under whatever type of false pretenses. And then once they got him there, their other friends started just attacking him and trying to put him into some type of farm equipment. Now, like I said, they initially reported it as a meat grinder, but then they said it was I forget the name of it, honey, because I don't work on a farm, nor do I live on one. But it was some other type of equipment they were trying to force him into. Okay, basically it was nothing good gonna come of it. And then I saw one report where they tried to say that they thought he was someone else. No, they didn't. They didn't think he was someone else. Let's not go there. Or they'll say anything and tell any lie and try to paint any narrative to keep from admitting that it was in fact a whole hate crime. Okay, that's what it was, plain and simple. They didn't think he was someone else, and even if they did think he was someone else, they were still calling him racial slurs, okay, and they were still trying to harm him. That's a hate crime, all right? So I'm sorry, where's the hate crime arrest? Okay, and I don't care how young these little thugs are, because they knew what they were doing. Luckily, the kid got away. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. This is all a hot mess. But let's continue. So let's talk about this nurse, because there was a black nurse who got fired. She got fired because they said that she was the cause for someone's death. Okay, then come to find out she wasn't. And so then she sued them. Okay, said she had to defend her integrity. Colorado hospital got black nurse arrested for patient's death after she stood up against racism. Do y'all hear this? Then she took them to court and won. Let me tell y'all something, honey. These low down, dirty, racist people will do anything and everything to bring you down just for complaining about their racism and hatred, including trying to frame you for a death that you didn't even do. Honey, what they need to be worried about is these nurses who don't look like me, who go around these hospitals hurting people's children, breaking bones, and then murdering people, be whole serial killers working in hospitals. Y'all know I've reported on it, okay? Now, with that all being said, a black ICU nurse who claimed a Colorado hospital racially discriminated against her and then fired her for complaining while wrongfully blaming her for an elderly patient's death, was awarded $20 million for her troubles, okay, by a federal jury last month. Shout out to her. See, this is what happens, honey, okay? Now, Don Quinnick Jopley, 41 years old, sued HCA Healthcare LLC, the parent company of the Medical Center of Aurora and U.S. District Court in Colorado in April of 2022. Now, 3 years after she was fired in the wake of the death of a 93-year-old patient who was experiencing organ failure and septic shock when he was admitted to the intensive care unit attached to a ventilator. So let me get this straight. Y'all hear this? They said this man was 93 years old. That's for number one. Had septic shock, okay, which absolutely can be deadly, and then was admitted on a ventilator, and they said she killed him. These people are crazy. The unconscious man's family soon agreed to turn off his ventilator, and Joppy was initially charged with palliative care, making his death as comfortable and painless as possible, according to the lawsuit obtained by Atlanta Black Star. So then she said she followed the instructions of a respiratory therapist delivered via phone to withdraw the patient from the ventilator and stayed in the hospital room, comforting the people or the family as he passed away, showing no signs of distress. While a medical examiner found the man died of natural causes, the hospital determined that Joppy had acted outside the scope of her practice as a nurse and outside the standard of practice for ICU end-of-life care by turning off his ventilator, possibly causing him to suffocate and suffer for 13 minutes. Now, y'all know they made this all up. Okay, they literally made this all up. These are dirty devils, and had this woman arrested like she murdered this man. Anyway, protocol dictated that she wait for the respiratory therapist to turn off the ventilator. Okay, so she turned it off rather than waiting for the respiratory therapist to turn it off, who probably told her to turn it off anyway. Okay, this is what they said, and they denied that he had directed her to do so. Yeah. He told her to do it, but didn't lie. I just want y'all to pay attention, honey. One thing about it, baby, when you piss them off at your job, they will all collectively gang up on you, honey. Oh, yes, they will. Okay, oh yes, they will, honey. Let's not forget that I had to sue a company, and that's exactly how they did the Queen, honey. They all ganged up on me and told lies, honey, but I still won. Okay, because I had receipts. All they had was hearsay, but let me continue. So anyway, goes on to say that hold on, lawsuit reveals Pennsylvania teachers disturbing punishment of black teen who fell asleep in class. Hold on, honey, let me get this. I can talk about this later. Ooh, honey, what are they doing to black people? Okay, so hospital officials fired Joppy in June of 2019 and then reported her actions to the state health department. Now, you know why they did that. They're trying to make sure she never gets another job in her field again. Dirty dogs. The Colorado Attorney General's office filed charges of manslaughter and negligent death of an at-risk person, both felonies, against Joppy in November of 2020, but dropped the case in September 2021 in the interest of justice. Is that why y'all tried to, or did y'all think y'all would get sued too? They didn't drop it in the interest of no darn justice. So what do they care about justice, okay? Especially when it comes to people who look like me. What they did was they dropped it when they found out that it was all lies and BS, and they knew that the hospital was going to get sued, and they didn't want to get sued either. Okay, right alongside them. Okay, for wrongful prosecution. Now, Joppy alleged that the hospital knew the patient was unconscious, unresponsive, and never had the drive to breathe at any time that he was in ICU. Because the man was already on a ventilator. Are they dumb? Okay. And that she had not harmed him. She argued that officials at the medical center of Aurora purposely mischaracterized her role in his death as a pretext to terminate her in retaliation for complaints that she had made earlier about mistreatment based on racial discrimination by hospital staff, honey. Okay. Now, the hospital then maliciously tried to have her professional nursing license revoked. See, that's what I'm trying to say. This is how to get down. And to end her career. In her complaint, Joppy, who was hired in June 2017 to work as a registered nurse in the TMAC ICU, said that she was subjected to verbal and nonverbal slights and microaggressions designed to marginalize, segregate, and undermine her based on stereotypical and harmful views of Black professionals. Isn't that something? Now, despite a favorable performance review in 2018 and positive reviews from patients, Joppy said that the mostly non-Black management in the ICU treated her very poorly, including charge nurses who would openly yell at her, criticize her, and undermine her in a humiliating and demeaning manner. This did not happen to non-Black nurses, she claimed. Oh, I bet it didn't. See, the thing about it is this. When you work around racist people, there may be some people who are not as blatantly racist as them, but when they all get together, they want to all act like they're in agreement with one another and staying on code. So they'll treat you like crap just because the other ones are treating you like crap because they don't want the other ones to treat them like crap. Or say that, oh, you're a jigger lover. That's how that works. Not in all cases, but some. So with that all being said, charge nurse Lindsay Jordan was particularly abusive towards Joppy and would constantly criticize her work and scream at her, she said. Honey, I wouldn't have lasted a day. You scream at me? Ooh, honey, I don't even want to think about it, but let's go. Okay, other staff relied on negative stereotypes about Black employees' abilities and making employment decisions. She argued, citing her experience with charge nurse Michael Olasizuk, okay, who she says denied her the opportunity to participate in a training for patients with heart problems offered to other nurses. So didn't even want to give her any extra training so she can probably get a better position somewhere later down the line. Okay, so Olasuk dismissively explained that heart patients require much deeper critical thinking, honey, and much better organized skills than she had. Oh, baby, let me tell you something. Where am I when these type of people be talking crazy and greasy to Black folk? Where am I when these people come up from under the rocks of which they hide and talk to you real crazy? Where am I? Where am I, and why do they ever never run across me? Honey, because I would have several things to say, and none of them would be nice. None of them would be nice, but you know what? I would do it so professionally, they wouldn't be able to do anything about it but get mad, okay? I promise you that. It would be the most professional roasting that they ever heard in their lives, and the one that made them feel the worst. I promise you that. This is all crazy, but let me continue. So anyway, goes on to say, said, woo, honey, it required a level of critical thinking skills, much deeper critical thinking skills, and much better organizational skills than she had. Olazuk, whatever you say, however you say the name, continued to treat Joppy in a demeaning and demoralizing way. She claimed, and in early March of 2019, told her that that since she was good at cleaning, she should clean his house and clip his dog's toenails. Do y'all hear this? When I tell you, ooh, honey, do y'all hear this? Clip his dog's toenails. Let me just focus on what I'm reading, honey, so I can stop thinking about what I would have said had that been me. Okay, Joppy complained to her supervisor about Olazuk, but got no response. On another occasion, a white patient's family accused Joppy of going into a patient's purse, stealing a credit card, and buying a stethoscope. Rather than conduct an investigation, the complaint said the hospital's human resource department decided to restrict Joppy to working in only one section of the ICU and did not allow her to go into the locker room or main break room with other employees. Then they thanked her for not making a big fuss over it. Let me tell you something, honey. She handled this all wrong. Well, I'm not even going to say that because now she's $20 million richer, so maybe she didn't. But the nerve of them. Joppy also continued that she was tasked with caring for up to 3 critically ill patients at a time with no backup, while other ICU nurses who worked as a team were asked to care for only 2 patients each. And here's the thing, the patient or the family that said she went into that purse probably thought she did it because she's black. Because wasn't she the only black person there, basically, is what she said, or in that area of the hospital? So they probably just assumed she did it because she's black. And this is a darn shame. Joppy complained to her supervisor that she didn't feel safe with the workload and also felt isolated and occupationally segregated and thought she was being treated differently than her non-black coworkers. Her supervisor indicated he would take care of the situation, but nothing was ever done. In March of 2019, in order to escape the abusive and discriminatory treatment in the ICU, Joppy applied for a transfer to the RN critical care float pool, a position with higher pay. Honey, they don't want to give her any more money. The day she was scheduled for an interview, she learned that it had been canceled because she now had a performance improvement plan in place and was therefore ineligible to transfer. Ooh, honey, they was treating her so bad. Joppy said the PIP was shocking news to her, and she sought an explanation from her supervisors. She learned a few days later that her 60-day improvement plan required her to use proper body language and tone and remain respectful towards the charge nurses and other employees within the hospital. The plan also called for her to acquire no further patient or family complaints, which Joppy called an unattainable goal, and reprimanded her for listening to music and dancing on the night of March the 18th. See, when they start doing little petty ass stuff like this, that's when you know they're trying to get rid of you. This is what it all boils down to. When they started being so micromanaging you, okay, and just doing little things that you know they're trying to get under your skin, they're trying to get you to quit. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to quit. Because they really don't want to fire you, because if they fire you, they have to pay unemployment. Perhaps you might try to fight them for unemployment. They don't want to pay that ever. So they usually try to just keep messing with people until you quit. Okay, that's what they do. Just keep messing with people until they quit. And if you're smart, you won't quit. You let them fire you. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to fire you over some BS, just like they did her. And you see what happened. Just like they did me. I sued too, because they fired me over some BS because I was complaining about sexual harassment from my supervisor who don't look like me. Well, let's continue. And I said that he doesn't look like me because that's the reason I got fired. You see, if the supervisor had been black like me, I wouldn't have got fired. He would have. But because the person I complained about didn't look like me, he had the complexion for the protection. So they got rid of me, the victim. But I sued and won. But let me continue. Actually, I didn't even have to go to court because they settled. Okay, so the improvement plan was retaliatory and primarily based on unsubstantiated accusations against Joppy from the charge nurses that she had previously complained about. Okay, now it also reflected racially biased, stereotypical, and harmful views of Black professionals. The PIP was a sham, according to the lawsuit, as it called for weekly progress meetings with hospital management that never occurred during the 60-day period, which ended around the time of the elderly patient's death on May the 24th of 2019. Now, the investigation into Joppy's actions during the patient's end-of-life care was initiated by Jordan, one of the nurses who previously showed open animosity and hatred towards Joppy and who had previously treated her more harshly than non-Black nurses. Okay, according to the lawsuit, noting that Joppy had previously reported to 2 supervisors that she felt harassed and bullied by Jordan. So Jordan was trying to get some get back, trying to get her lick back, honey. Ooh, honey, I could never work around these people. The lawsuit accused HCA Health One and 5 hospital staff members of racial discrimination and the healthcare system of retaliation and malicious prosecution in violation of federal civil rights laws. Okay, in its answer in January of 2024, HCA Health One denied that it or its nurses undertook any malicious conduct, fostered a racially hostile work environment, or engaged in discriminatory and or retaliatory practices against Joppy. All lies. The defendants said that Joppy was terminated for her failure to follow policies and protocols designed to provide patients with dignity, safety, and comfort during end-of-life care, and for practicing outside the scope of her practice. Let me just tell you all something too. The thing about it with situations like this, they will all gang up on you, like I said, and they'll all tell lies on you. So it would behoove you, if you find yourself in any type of situation similar to this, that you do your due diligence and start documenting everything, times, dates, who was there. Okay, even if the person didn't have anything to do with it, they were just a witness or whatever, write down their name. Okay, record things secretly. Don't let them know you're doing it, but record them. Okay, if you live in a state where that's legal, okay, because sometimes, and I'm not really even just talking about phone conversations, I'm talking about things they do in the office when you're there at work, things that they say to you that are rude or nasty or just racially charged or whatever. You should be recording all of this stuff. Okay, that's what you should be doing, because they're gonna lie. Oh, I didn't say that. Oh, she made it all up. Oh, she just wasn't doing her job. Yeah, they'll say all that, honey. That didn't work with me, baby, because I had receipts. I had receipts on everybody. Okay, sure did. But let me continue. So, with that all being said, hold on, where was I? Okay, so the defendants further asserted that they were not aware that the hospital statutorily required report to the state would give rise to the AG exercising its independent prosecutorial discretion to file criminal charges against the plaintiff. So they're trying to say, oh, we didn't know that when we said that stuff about her not doing what she was supposed to do when that man's end of life care came, and the fact that she cut off that ventilator without being given permission to do so, and he died. We didn't know that the prosecutor was going to take it upon themselves to charge her and arrest her. Yeah, of course they did. It's called murder. These people are dumb. But anyway, let me continue. Okay, so they didn't know they would bring criminal charges against the plaintiff. Defendants did not and do not support the criminal prosecution of caregivers for mistakes made in the course of their care. Please. Please. The answer noted that Joppy had all the technical requirements for the position, and on many occasions, plaintiff performed her duties in a satisfactory manner and received positive feedback, but argued that she also had notable performance deficiencies and received negative feedback from patients and coworkers, culminated in her actions and decisions on May 24th of 2019, which caused TMCA to conclude she was not qualified for her position. So if she wasn't qualified for her position, this is all crazy. Why did they hire her in the first place? Because didn't they check her resume and give her certain training and all of that to see if she was qualified before she was hired? That's usually how that works in the hospital specifically. Last October, U.S. District Judge Charlotte N. Sweeney dismissed the lawsuit's malicious prosecution claims, but allowed the discrimination and retaliation claims to proceed. I don't think they should have dismissed the malicious prosecution, because that's exactly what it was. But I guess they're trying to say, well, the prosecution, they couldn't have forced the prosecution to
charge her or whatever. There still is something they could have charged him with that. I'm trying to think what it is exactly. Anyway, it'll come to me. Joppy sought a jury trial to determine economic, compensatory, and punitive damages to make up for lost wages and benefits, irreparable harm to her reputation and career, emotional distress, and mental anguish. After a 7-day trial that concluded on August 19th, the jurors affirmed on their verdict form that Joppy had proven that the hospital terminated her in retaliation for her complaints about race discrimination and awarded her $20 million, $9 million in compensatory damages, and $15 in punitive damages. Judge Sweeney approved the verdict the next day. Okay, saying the verdict represents a measure of justice after years of discrimination, retaliation, and false accusations. Her attorney, Jennifer Robinson, said in an emailed statement to Atlanta Black Star, saying that while no legal outcome can erase what she endured, Ms. Joppy hopes that this result will encourage hospitals and healthcare systems to take the concerns of frontline nurses seriously and to ensure that all employees are treated with dignity and fairness and that workplaces are free from racial discrimination. In her statement, Joppy said, "For 6 long years, I fought to defend my integrity as a nurse," noting that she received partial vindication when a state court judge dismissed manslaughter charges against her. But the full truth could only be restored when the hospital was held accountable for the false accusations, racial discrimination, retaliation, and bullying I endured. This verdict is that final piece, and I hope it brings change so that no other nurse has to go through what I went through. We strongly disagree with the outcome of this trial and will appeal. That's what the hospital's lawyers said. Okay. They say Miss Joppy chose to turn off the ventilator on a living patient, which was outside the scope of her nursing license and not the standard of care for end-of-life patients. As a result, the patient event was reported to the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment as required by law. Now, that's what they say, which is all BS, and we know it. But why didn't they bring up any of the other stuff that happened to her? The racial slurs that were used, okay, the stereotypical BS, the microaggressions. Just picking at her on a regular basis, the bullying by Jordan, her coworker, the lack of anything being done by HR or supervisors. All that suck. What about him? They don't bring that up. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, Miss Joppy's employment was terminated because of the actions she took, and those actions alone. That's what they said in a statement. We have the utmost respect for our patients and their families' end-of-life directions or decisions, and we honor those decisions to ensure the care, comfort, safety, and dignity of our patients. Our hospital will continue working hard to foster an environment that treats our colleagues and patients with dignity and respect. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. All they wanted to do was bring up the incident that they claimed she was fired for, but they didn't even bother to address any of the hateful things that they did because they want to gloss over that. They want to deflect from that because they can't explain that away. See, they can sit here and try to explain away why they fired her about the patient's end of life care, but they can't explain away the things that were said and done to her. So let's not just talk about that. Let's talk about this. That's how that goes. So anyway, with that all being said, Robinson further said that Joppy is focused on healing and moving forward. She was deeply traumatized by the hospital's treatment and is working to recover from the lasting impact and the hospital's continued refusal to accept responsibility for its egregious conduct in spite of the jury's verdict. Joppy told the Denver Post that she has had unstable housing since the hospital fired her and had to live separately from her 15-year-old daughter because she no longer had the income to provide for her. It's a damn shame. Okay, that's a damn shame. I wish the worst on all of them who were involved in it. I hope the ancestors bring them exactly what they need. Okay, I'm looking forward to my daughter and me healing together and having a home to call our own, she said. Okay, I know that's right. Well, shout out to them. Now, with that all being said, honey, let's talk about Kelly Price. Because Kelly Price went in, baby. When I tell y'all, Kelly Price went in. So let's get into it. Let me send this other story to my email so I can talk about this tomorrow. Hold on, beloveds. I wonder what this teacher did to this student. We're going to find out. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, I'm gonna pull up this video. Here we go. Kelly Price was going in, y'all, on black women. She said y'all mean and nasty. Okay? Mean and nasty. Now I'm gonna have to agree with it. Some of y'all are. Some of y'all are, but she wasn't talking about me, so I really wasn't offended, but some of y'all might be. Some of y'all might be a little upset. Retired federal police officer Carol Banks says, a terrific Thursday. Is it Thursday already, beloveds? I know you're lying. It's Thursday. Wow, it really is. Well, that's good for me, honey, because all the Queen's Men comes on tonight, and y'all know I can't miss it. Y'all know I can't miss it, honey, but let me continue. Okay, so let's get into it because Kelly Price, okay, they say gospel and R&B singer Kelly Price has sparked outrage after she was caught on camera calling black women some of the most nasty and disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. Okay, the explosive rant, now spreading like wildfire on social media, has fans and critics questioning whether the Grammy-nominated artist just dug her own cultural grave. Ah, ooh, honey, Kelly letting y'all have it.
Black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, and you know, Lord, pray for me, because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. Go from saying God bless you to F you to a couple of people whose comments I've seen on my page. I'll say this. Good morning on the East Coast. It's still late night on the West Coast. So good evening to you all. I have prided myself on being an artist who, though I've been accused of a lot of things, the crazy thing about it is the industry that I work in is smoke and mirrors. And with the right machine behind anything, it's very easy to get people to believe what the powers that be want people to believe about you. But the truth of the matter is I'm not somebody that you've ever seen me running into clubs, getting into fights and doing all kinds of stuff. I've always done I'm not perfect, but I've done my utmost best to maintain integrity where most people have none.
Let me stop Kelly right there. Now, Kelly says she's never been the one to run up in the club and start fights and whatnot and all that. Girl, you know what's funny about all that? Before I got on this live, I was telling my good friend that I'm about to go in here and talk about Kelly going in on black women. And they reminded me of Kelly while she's calling black women nasty and disrespectful, that she's the same way and should have been talking about herself as well. Because they reminded me how when she was on R&B Divas, why she talk about she don't go run in the clubs and try to fight nobody. They reminded me that when she was on R&B Divas, do y'all remember when she took her Timberlands and Vaseline and went to go fight Shantae Moore? And Shantae Moore stood on all 10 and told her, Kelly, I don't need Tims to fight you. Kelly said right on down somewhere, but let's continue.
And just no matter what, uphold what it is that I knew that I was taught as a child from my grandparents. Train up a child in the way that they should go, and when he or she is old, they won't depart from it. So I do my best not to try and fall into the trap of social media, because I do realize that there are a lot of people that grow an extra set of testicles, and I'm talking about females too, when they are behind their keyboards and they are on their phones. And a lot of the times they do it because they know they're never actually going to have an opportunity to stand in the face of the person and say what they say under a post to their face. I'm a songwriter, first and foremost, before I am a singer and a performer. So I'm very, very big on freedom of speech, because I literally earn a living using my words. But I'm gonna talk. I need to have a word with this generation. And when I say this generation, I'm not talking about age-wise, because I have men and women who are my age and some that are a little bit older that are just as ignorant and stupid as kids that were born less than 20 years ago and did not have the benefit of being taught by the elder generation. I do not expect that I'm going to be everybody's favorite, whether it's what I look like, what I sound like, what my clothes are, or any of those things. The one thing you will never catch me doing is going to someone else's social media page and talking in a disparaging way about them, disrespecting them to the utmost. Number one, for the men that do it, you a bitch. And I will ask God to forgive me for this after this. But any man that feels that he has the right to disrespect a woman that has never done anything to them because they want to feel whatever and they realize that they will never have to say what they say under a picture or a video of me, something that is nasty and hurtful, and you want to put it there, you do that because you a bitch. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before I was saved, I was a black girl born and raised on the south side of Jamaica. So let's make that abundantly clear. Okay? That's number one. Number two, to you women activists out here, you DEI hires who can ready to lose your job if you haven't lost it already, because guess what? I haven't lost mine, and I'm not going to lose it. Because while you fighting for somebody in another culture to get your job, God gave me my voice. And yes, I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in. And my feet are so damn big. And who dressed me? I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this, but I'm so sick of black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say.
Ooh, honey, well, I guess she told y'all off, honey. I guess she told y'all off, okay? Nessa G said those DEI hires brought tickets to see her ungrateful ours. Here's the thing. Listen, I get it. She's upset because people have been talking greasy about her. People have been saying things about the way she dresses, her size, her feet. They have been going in on her. Here's the thing, though. This is, unfortunately, Kelly, the real world. And in the real world, there are people who are not nice. And these not nice people will talk trash about other people and pick on you for how you look, the way you talk, the way you dress. They'll go in on you for a myriad of reasons. Now, if you want to allow them to make you feel bad about yourself or to dictate your mood, go right ahead. This is what happens. You do rants online. You know why you'll never see the queen doing a rant online? Well, let me stop lying. Y'all know good and well y'all have seen me do plenty of rants online. But what you won't see me ranting online about is the fact that I'm just going to go in collectively on a certain group of people because a few people said something. Okay, she could have just said some black women. Some of y'all are nasty. Some of y'all are disrespectful. I get what she's saying. I know she's not talking about every single one, but I would have preferred if she said that. But here's the thing. Some black women are mean and nasty. Some of them are disrespectful. Some of them be talking trash about people and don't even have time or don't have the wherewithal to look at themselves. Some people want to try to go in on other people about certain things, but they don't even look at themselves first, as if they're just all of this, that, and the third. I get it. Kelly's upset. But you know what? Kelly needs to develop tougher skin. She's a whole celebrity. And as a celebrity, you're under a microscope most of the time. People are always going to be looking at you, what you're wearing, what you're doing, how you're speaking. Okay? All in your relationship and all of that. All you do when you come and address these things is just add fuel to the fire. If I were a celebrity, honey, I would not dare run to the internet to confront people about what they said about me. Okay? I wouldn't dare run to the internet and try to go in on people and tell them about how they made me feel or what I think about what they said about me. Because at the end of the day, what you say or think about me is absolutely none of my business. Now, if you come and say something to my face, then you might get checked real quick. Ain't no might, you will. You will. If you come and say something disrespectful to my face, you're going to get checked real quick. But if you talk behind my back, are you saying stuff in a comment section? I mean, I really don't care. Now, if I'm being petty that day and I got time, I will go on a rant just to humiliate you. You know, I'll draw attention to it because what some people like to do is some people like to get on people's channels or accounts on Twitter, X, whatever, and they like to leave little nasty comments and think that's the end of it. But when you're somebody who's petty like me, y'all know I've done this before. I'll go on their profile, screenshot their picture, and do a whole TikTok video going in on them. Now, a few people may have read their comments about me on the page, but I promise you, thousands of people is gonna see that video that I make. Y'all remember when that lady was talking trash to me? The Karen was going in on me when I posted a video about reparations and why we deserve them. It didn't have anything to do with her. She's not even a part of our community. So I really don't know and understand why she was pressed. But she took it upon herself to hop in my comment section trying to go in on me and try to tell me why Black folk don't deserve nor need reparations and how her tax money wasn't going to pay for it. Yeah, so I went on her page, got a picture of her and her husband, and made a whole post, did a whole video about it, going in on a whole rant. And yeah, told everybody what she said and told them that's why I'm going in on her. That video got about 70,000, over 70,000 views. So all I'm saying is, if you want to say something crazy to the queen in the comment section, make sure you're ready for the smoke, because I just might see your comment. And y'all know I'm petty as hell. Y'all know sometimes I'll go and dig up a comment and put it up here on the screen, let everybody see it, and then go in on you. And I do it just for kicks. I don't do it because my feelings are hurt or because I'm so mad. I do it just for kicks because I know y'all love it when I go in on people, and I actually like it myself. And sometimes it's a stress reliever for me. Makes me feel good after I just get it all off my chest. Okay? So if somebody's been disrespectful, I have no mind. I have no problem of being, petty with you. But as for Callie, she seems like her feelings are a little hurt. She seems like she's upset because they said those things about her or whatever. Listen, Kelly's a big girl. There's nothing wrong with being a big girl, but we know that some people will pick on you when you're a big girl. We know that. Some people will pick on you when you're too skinny or whatever. People will find a reason. When people don't like you, they'll find a reason to say something about you. Okay, they'll find a reason to try to ruin your day, make you feel bad about yourself or whatever. And you should not get all emotionally caught up in it. Now, Kelly spent all that time going on a whole rant, and I'm sure that by the end of the rant, she thought she told everybody off. All she really did, in my opinion, was to let everybody know that those words that they're saying bother her. So you know what's going to happen now? They're going to bring more of that to her. I would have just ignored it because I really don't care anyway. I don't care what people say about me because whatever you say about me, I can say something a whole lot worse about you, I'm sure. But anyway, with that being said, let's go to Clarissa. Because Clarissa Shields went off on some people too. She went off on the LGBTQ men about y'all trying to tell her how she should or shouldn't dress and wear her hair and all this, that, and the third. Okay? She sure did. She sure did. But let's get into it.
It's gay, but y'all boys who want to be girls, y'all can leave me the fuck alone. Y'all shouldn't be saying nothing to me. What I should be wearing, how my hair should, or if my hair should be down, or if my hair should be up. Baby, that's not your business. Worry about your hair and your makeup and your clothes. But for y'all, listen, y'all cute as hell. Do y'all? But I'm cute in my own right. So I don't need.
Clarissa is cute in her own right. I don't have a problem with Clarissa. Here's the thing. Now, Somebody was telling me, they said that it's funny because Clarissa goes, they said that she went off on gay men for saying something to her about how she looks or whatever, but they said in fact everybody talks about how she looks, so why did she just specifically go off on gay men? Well, I told them because she probably feels like they shouldn't have anything to say because they're not a woman. That's just my assumption. I don't know if that's why, but if I had to guess, I would just assume that maybe she felt a certain type of way because the gay men were telling her, because she's probably thinking, y'all trying to make me look like y'all, or y'all want me to put on all this makeup or whatever. At the end of the day, maybe that's why she was upset. I don't know. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, that's her prerogative to call out who she wants to call out. Because just like Kelly called out black women, there's other people, there's gay men to talk about Kelly. She didn't call them out. She called out black women. So people, it is at their discretion if they feel like people are going in on them to call out whomever they choose. And tomorrow it could be you. The next day it could be me. But I'm just saying, when people say disrespectful things, honey, don't cry when you get called out, because the people have a right to call you out just like you had a right to say what you said about them.
Y'all coming up over here to my world trying to tell me how I should be a woman, how I should be a girl. Stay in your motherfucking lane. Because yes, I get trolled by white people, black women, the dudes who want to be girls now, and then some of these boxer people. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole load of people that be talking their little shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's some of y'all standing out more than others. Y'all standing out more than others. So y'all black women, y'all standing out like a fucking sore thumb. Do better. Do better. Y'all boys that want to be girls, whatever. Y'all, listen, y'all cute. You T-boo. But keep that shit over there with you. Don't be coming to my world trying to tell me how I should talk and how I should dress and how I should wear my hair up or down. You know, and it's something I'm wearing is for wintertime or springtime. Don't worry about the woman that I am. Worry about you doing what you gotta do. Don't come messing with me. Period.
She said what she said.
Period.
Okay, she said what she said. Honey, I happen to love Clarissa Shields. All right? I happen to love Clarissa Shields. Now, some people don't like Clarissa because they on Team Remy, and that's fine too. But let's not act like Remy ain't a whole hoe. A 304. Period. Okay, now with that all being said, hold on, because Clarissa wasn't done. She also came out to defend Kelly Price. Let's get into it. She agreed with what Kelly Price had to say, honey. Pay attention.
Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. She's not lying. The y'all things that you say yes about other black women, but you're an activist and you are educated and you are this and you are that and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid into heaven.
Okay, so listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna have to agree with both of them. You know, I don't really care for Kelly Price like that, but here's the thing. Bottom line is, yeah, black women can be nasty to other black women. Now, we could say all women can be nasty. We're not talking about all women. I'm talking about black women because I'm a black woman, okay? Love it or hate it. At the end of the day, black women can be nasty. Okay, they can be hateful. They can be, just say mean things to try to hurt your feelings, make you feel bad or whatever, or just all kinds of things at the end of the day. But here's the thing. You can't stop anyone from being who they are. You can't stop anyone from being a nasty, mean, disrespectful person. So at the end of the day, you should just ignore them. Like when people are saying things that aren't in alignment with what I believe and think about myself or others or whatever, I don't listen because I don't have to. And I really don't ever care what somebody says or thinks about me, whether it's how I look, how I act, how I speak, how I dress. I don't care because I love me the way I am. And see, here's the thing. With Clarissa is probably upset because she loves herself the way she is. I know some people can say, well, if she wore her hair like this or she did her makeup like that, she could look better, da-da-da. I'm sure we all could. If we went and got, makeup artists or people who work in fashion and all of that, stylists and whatever, I'm sure they could have us all looking fabulous, much better than we look on a regular basis. But some people are just fine looking the way they look. And you should let them be happy being that way. At the end of the day, if you don't like what someone is wearing, I was always taught if you don't have anything nice to say, sometimes it's best you don't say anything. Okay, because if you don't like what somebody has on, you don't have to tell them. What makes some people have the audacity, dare I say, to go up to somebody and tell them you don't like what they're wearing? Did they put it on for you? If that's not your man or your woman, then why do you care what they have on? Okay? People need to stop worrying about the wrong thing and worry about themselves. Because that's what I do. I worry about myself. Okay? I worry about myself. I don't try to purposely say things to make people feel bad about themselves. Now, unless you try to say something purposely to try to make me feel bad about myself, then I will say something that will make you feel bad about yourself. Now, you might think that I can't find something, but I promise you I can. Okay? All right? Y'all know, just like that person said that I look like a drowning rat and a hamster, then I reminded them how they had knocked knees and jacked up teeth. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So with that all being said, at the end of the day, don't start none, it won't be none, that's all I'm saying. But if it does, something does get started, listen, don't let it bother you. Don't let other people hurt your feelings or try to tear down your self-worth or make you feel like, feel bad about yourself. You should never do that. Okay? You should never do it. People will try to ruin your day, honey. That's all I'm saying. Now, with that all been said, I'm up out of here. Woo, honey, I'm up out of here, okay? Because I got to get me something to eat. All right. Oh, retired federal police officer Carol Banks said, "You're a beautiful queen." Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. You're the best. That crazy bitch Eric said, we ain't got time for you, wig too. Okay, so with that all been said, listen. Everyone, I hope you all enjoy the rest of this evening. Okay. I will see you all in the morning with your morning wake-up call. Make sure you catch the other broadcast if you missed it. And I hope you all, get your rest tonight, honey. So Margie says, if you don't want none, it won't be none. If you don't want no smoke, it won't be no smoke. I know that's right. LeVar said, right, I don't feel the need to tell people I don't know that I find them unattractive. Exactly. Some people just live for belittling other people, humiliating people, or saying nasty things to try to break a person's spirit or bring them down. I don't do that. Try to say things to make people feel good about themselves, okay? It could be a random person that I don't even know. If they look like they're having a bad day, I'll go up to them and say something nice. But some of y'all walk around here trying to say malicious, low down, dirty things to make people feel bad about themselves. And why? I want you all to remember this. People who do that are miserable. I promise you they are. You see, because happy people who are happy with themselves and with life, they don't go around hating on other people. They don't go around being mean and nasty and mean-spirited to other people just for no good reason. They don't. Now, if they're petty like me, they will be nasty to you if you give them a reason. But I'm just saying, not for no reason are they just getting in somebody's chat or getting on somebody's channel and leaving nasty, hateful comments or whatever. Those people don't have anything else to do. They don't have anything going for themselves. And again, they're not happy with life. Can you just imagine, close your eyes right now, wherever you are, and try to imagine a happy person going in somebody's channel or somebody's account under their comment section and leaving nasty, hateful comments, try to make them feel bad. You can't imagine that, can you? Because happy people don't do that. That's not how they behave. Okay? That's what miserable people behave, or people that are insecure, or people that just are haters. And here's the thing. A lot of times people think that people, are hating on them when people are just critiquing them. Or when people are calling them out or trying to hold them accountable for something, people will try to deflect and gaslight and say, oh, that's hating. It's not always hating. Sometimes people are just telling you the truth about yourself. And if you are a wise person, you should listen, because maybe that's something that can help you on down the line. But if you are not a wise person, you'll just say, oh, they just mad, they just hate and all that. But also, let me say this before I go. Also, people don't just hate on you for your looks. They don't just hate on you for what you have. Sometimes people actually hate on you just for the person that you are. You could be a person that everybody likes to be around. You could be a person that everyone wants to hear what you say. You could be someone who gives good advice, someone who's very smart. You could just have, things about you that other people love. And then there's people who don't have those things about them. And so they hate to see that, because that's something money can't even buy. They can go out here and buy, BBLs. They can go out here and get lip injections, fillers, and all that, wigs, weaves. They can do all that. They can buy the nicest of clothes and all of that, or whatever that money can buy. But it's certain things like your characteristics, your integrity, your intellect that people cannot buy. So just remember that sometimes when people are hating on you, that is what they're hating on you for. That is what they're hating on you for. I've had that happen to me my whole life. Literally my whole life, okay? At the end of the day, just because I'm smart, just because I'm a nice person or whatever, yeah, people will hate on you for those things. I asked, and and I had to figure it out because an older lady told me this some years ago. When I was like in my 20s, this older lady told me, because I was telling her that I had this so-called friend who would always do little stuff that made me feel like she's hating on me. And I'm like, why is she hating on me? She has more money than me. She drives a nicer car than I do. Why is she hating on me? I couldn't figure it out. I didn't understand. And the lady told me, she said, sweetie, she's probably not hating on you for what you have. She's hating on you for the person you are. It's something about you. You have a light that shines about yourself. And that's probably what she's hating on, because she doesn't have that. And she can never have it. She can't buy it. That's something that was gifted to you from God. Okay, so I'm just saying, honey, it's going to always be people that want to hate on you for one reason or another. Why would you sit there and torture yourself by worrying about why they're doing it, or concerning yourself with what they say? As long as you know who you are and you're happy with yourself, you don't have to worry about what other people are saying. But see, when you start listening to what other people are saying, and it gets you to the point that you got to do videos and stuff like that, you probably are not that happy with yourself. You probably feel like there's at least an element of truth to some of the stuff that the people are saying, and that's why it bothers you. That's why it bothers you. Okay? Now, with that all being said, and here's the thing too, as far as Clarissa Shields addressing the gay men saying things to her, I saw one of the comments, somebody said, yeah, I feel her on that. They said, because I don't like those little boys telling me, about how I should dress either, or how I look either, or something like that. Some women just will probably get offended if a man is telling them about how they look. I guess that's what it is. But at the end of the day, honey, it don't matter to me how y'all think I look, because I think I look good, baby. Okay, now I could look better. Could look better, but I still look good. Okay, so miss me with it. It's all I'm saying. Now, with that all being said, that crazy speech era said, lifelines, pay attention. Okay, so listen, I love you all to life. It's been fun, and I've got to go. All right, I will see you all in the morning. I hope you enjoy the rest of this night. Until then, beloveds, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, and never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got